We're diving deep today into something pretty fundamental. Thinking about exchange, about value. What actually makes one transaction feel, well, good and beneficial while another feels harmful? Not just money-wise, but ethically too. Welcome to the deep dive. Our mission today is to really get into a core distinction in Islamic financial law. The difference between bay, which is sale, and riba, or usury. We want to unpack what makes them different, understand the thinking, the wisdom behind it all. Why is one okay, even encouraged, and the other absolutely forbidden? And just so you know, we're drawing all this from excerpts of a really interesting document called The Difference Between Sale and Riba in IslamicLaw.pdf. Okay, let's break this down then. To start, what exactly is sale or bay in the specific context, according to the sources?
Well, linguistically, bay is pretty broad. It just means an exchange of property, transferring ownership.
Just a general swap.
Right. But legally, in Sharia, the definition gets much more precise. The sources define it as the exchange of property, and that could be money or even a benefit, between two parties where each possesses what the other desires, and this exchange leads to the permanent transfer of ownership.
Okay, so it's not just handing something over. There's structure. What are those essential conditions for it to be a valid sale?
Good question. The sources really stress four key things. First, mutual consent. Both sides have to genuinely agree, no pressure.
Makes sense. Freely chosen.
Exactly. Second, the exchange has to involve actual property or a real benefit, something identifiable, not just, an idea.
Right, something of substance.
Third, the thing being sold can't already be owned by the buyer. Seems obvious, but it's a condition. You can't buy what's already yours legally.
Okay.
And fourth, and this is crucial, the deal must result in a permanent transfer of ownership. It's yours for good afterwards.
All right. So it's structured, it's consensual, it's permanent. And the ruling on this? Permitted? Encouraged?
Oh, absolutely permitted. Generally encouraged, even. There's that powerful line in the Quran, Allah has permitted trade and forbidden usury. It sets the stage right there.
So why? What's the wisdom behind allowing, even encouraging, this kind of trade?
Well, the sources explain it clearly. It's about meeting genuine human needs through fair, voluntary exchange. It helps prevent problems like disputes, theft, even exploitation, because there's a legitimate way to get what you need.
So it supports social order, in a way.
Definitely. It contributes to economic stability, builds social cohesion, people interacting constructively, and it lets individuals earn a lawful living.
Okay.
What's fascinating here is how clearly the sources link this permissible trade to, societal well-being and basic needs, which really makes you ask, how does that contrast with practices that aren't allowed? What are the implications there?
Yeah, here's where it gets really interesting, doesn't it? If sale is so foundational and positive, what's the deal with riba?